I'd like to call this meeting of the Internal Services Committee to order, and we'll begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. Please rise. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. I need a motion to adopt the agenda.
I'll make the motion.
Support Zinner.
Thank you. Commissioner Farrington and Zinner made the motion to adopt the agenda. And second, is there any discussion? Hearing none, please vote.
Motion passes 8-0.
Thank you. We have minutes of the Joint Internal Services and Government Oversight Committee meeting minutes to approve from September 8th. Do we have a motion to approve?
So move, Hall.
Support Farrington.
Thank you. Commissioner Hall and Farrington made the motion and seconded the motion to approve the minutes. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, please vote.
Motion passes 10-0.
Thank you. We now move on to public participation. This is the first opportunity for public participation for those who wish to speak for a maximum of 3 minutes on any item on today's agenda. There'll be a second public participation later for those who wish to speak on any issue. Anyone in the audience wish to speak in this public participation? Again, anyone for public participation? Hearing no one, we'll close public participation and move on to item 6A. Agreements with Bentley Systems Incorporated, OpenRoads Designer, Select, Leap Bridge Concrete, Select, and OpenRoads SignCAD, Select, and MicroStation, Select, for $46,300, and Jennifer will speak to this.
Thank you.
I'll make a motion to refer it to full board.
Thank you.
Support.
Thank you. Commissioner Haw and Matusik made the motion and supported to move this item to full board.
All right. Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me. I'm Jennifer Lehman. I am the network manager for Macomb County. I'm filling in for Jaco today. So the first item is the Bentley licenses, and this is licenses that the roads department use for their CAD or computer-aided design software for bridges, concrete, roads, and this is maintenance for them. So they have 23 licenses, and it is a subscription maintenance that needs to be paid this year.
Seeing no speaker, Commissioner Zinner?
Thank you, Chair. Do these upgrade regularly?
Their subscriptions, so whatever the most current version available is, we have access to that. Yep.
Right. Do the does it itself upgrade? Does the quality upgrade? I would assume it does.
Yeah, they'll make enhancements. The software vendor would make enhancements to it as every year as it comes out. I don't personally use the
Right.
software,
Right.
but yeah, I mean, that's part of the subscription, the benefit of subscription.
Right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Please vote.
Motion passes 10-0.
Thank you. 6B is another agreement, information technology maintenance agreements for first quarter 2023 for $225,769.60. And that's split up between NEOGov and Trace 3. I need a motion to move to full board.
So moved by Nard.
Thank you. Thank you. Commissioner Nard and Zinner made the motion and supported to move this item to full board. Jennifer?
These items are also maintenance. The first one, NEOGov, is for HR eForms, and eForms for recruitment, onboarding, and training. The second one is Trace 3, which is our virtualization and cloud computing software. That is what IT uses for our virtualized servers, and currently we have 329 virtualized servers that this covers maintenance for.
Thank you. Commissioner Farrington?
Thank you, Chair. Question on the NEOGov. If I remember right, in one of our other meetings, we were looking at getting rid of NEOGov. I don't know if anyone else remembers that, or maybe I just want to get rid of it.
I think NEOGov is going to be Workday? Yeah,
What
so
was
when
that?
it will be Workday. So the commissioners, I think you approved a Workday project not
Right.
too long ago. This will then, Workday is not scheduled until October of next year, I
Oh.
believe. So this will cover the maintenance of
Okay.
NEOGov until that goes into
Thank you very
production.
much.
Yep.
Thank you, Chair.
My question about NEOGov is, this covers the server version that everybody hits, that all employees hit? And then is there also like a administrator client license for setting up things on NEOGov that this covers?
I believe this is it. So this is an enterprise license.
Okay. Thank you. Commissioner Hall?
Thank you, Chair. Do you know when NEOGov was first established?
I don't.
Would you find that out for
I
us?
sure
please?
can.
Thank you. That's all I have, Chair.
Thank you. Seeing no other speakers, please vote.
Motion passes 10-0.
Thank you. I'd like to take 6C and D together. A budget amendment for capital improvement fund, addition of video surveillance storage for the jail for $194,750. Do I have a motion to move these two items to full board?
Matusik moves.
Thank you. That was Commissioner Matusik. Commissioner Matusik and Commissioners Nard made the motion and seconded it to move item 6C and D to full board. Jennifer?
Yep. Currently, the jail's video storage retention policy is 60 days. All their other retention policies are 90 days. This purchase would allow that video storage to be bumped up to 90 days to be consistent with all their policies. They also indicate that sometimes the investigative process exceeds the 60 days, but seldom exceeds 90 days. So that would be the business reason for that growth.
Thank you. Does the storage include a backup? I mean, we're adding storage, right? But is the whole storage, does this cover the cost of backing up the additional storage?
Yes.
Thank you. Seeing no other speakers, please vote.
Motion passes 10-0.
Thank you. Next is, I'd like to take items 6E and F together. Budget amendment for capital improvement fund, the COMTEC video wall upgrade for $194,012.45. Do I have a motion to move to full board?
So move, Hall.
Thank you. Commissioner Haw and Nard made the motion and supported it to move items 6E and F to full board. Thank you. Jennifer?
This video wall upgrade is for the video wall at COMTEC in the dispatch area. And currently, there are 30 graphic processors that run that wall that are end of life. And this purchase would replace those 30 processors with 17 new ones. The difference in quantity is because the 17 new ones have much more processing power, so we need less of those. It would also replace the 4 servers that are running that video all the time, which are also end of life. It includes, I'm sorry, when I said it includes the video wall at COMTEC, it also includes the conference room up there that displays that.
Thank you. Seeing no speakers, please vote.
Motion passes 11 to 0.
Thank you. Next, I'd like to take items 6G and H together for a budget amendment for capital improvement fund for QRadar licensing for $41,614.92. And I need a motion to move the full board. Thank you. Commissioners Nard and Wallace made the motion and supported it to move items 6G and H to full board. Jennifer?
So QRadar licensing is relatively new. Commissioners, you approved 500 licenses for us this year, and it was a CJIS requirement. We were audited by the state and were deficient in our logging of attempts when you log in to the network. So we have to log every attempt, whether it's successful or unsuccessful, from 30 different servers for everyone in the county. So it's a lot of data. We underestimated the number of licenses we needed, so this is asking for 1,000 additional licenses. And to meet our requirements, we have to keep the logs for 1 year, so that every time we get audited, we can show proof that we're reviewing those.
Thank you. Commissioner Farrington?
Thank you, Chair. You have to track by state standards who logging in for what reason.
For any reason. So when you log into the network, you can have a variety of ways to come in, whether it's through a firewall, it's through the Barracuda VPN, it's whether you're on the network.
Why does the state care if I'm logging into my computer?
Because we have to show who has access to different CJIS restricted systems.
So it's not all systems. It's
It's
certain
login.
access.
Correct. It's just
Right.
the login to those systems.
Thank you.
Correct. Yep.
Thank you,
Sorry,
Chair.
I should have explained that clearer.
Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Commissioner Sabatini?
For the logins on this, so I'm looking at, so this is primarily for the courts, or is it across the board?
Well, it's for anybody who has access to CJIS data. So almost every department touches CJIS data in some. So it's PA, courts, sheriff, IT, and others that would, any data that is considered that. So you can't, the way we log in, you can't separate it by, like Board of Commission wouldn't access that. So we have to log yours also in that because we can't separate it out. So we're logging every employee.
Okay, I know we just did some technology upgrades for the courts as well, and I know I was questioning how many licenses we were buying at that time. So that's totally different than what this is.
Yep, this is just IT that we're responsible for logging those. So when an CJIS auditor comes in, we can show them that we're tracking it and we're reviewing it weekly to make sure there are no suspicious attempts to log into the system.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Chair.
Commissioner Zinner?
Thank you, Chair. How much extra work is this going to be for the department? Or is this not really a lot of extra work?
Well, the setup is a lot of work to begin with, but once we get it set up and tweaked, so like I said, we have to set up on 30 servers. So we have it 90% set up right now, and we're monitoring it. We just have noticed we don't, like sometimes when you log in, there's spikes and valleys, right? Of when you log in, log out, and we don't have enough to cover the spikes. So we need additional for that. And then once those are all logged, they go on a report and they get sent to our security administrator within IT, and then once a week he has to review those. And he's looking for certain things. So a few hours a week for the security administrator to review those logs. Everything else is done automatically through the system.
So is this an added burden, or is it something that's workable?
It's workable
All right, thank you very much. Thank you,
and
Chair.
required for us, yeah.
So from what you just said, you're currently using QRadar, and this is for additional licenses?
Correct. We underestimated our first ask when we came here, not knowing we had 30 servers. You know, as we keep working with the auditors, there was more and more that came up.
How many licenses did we have, and how many is this for additional?
We had 500, and this is for another 1,000.
500 to 1,500, yeah, that is a little bit undersized.
Yes, we did undersize it, admittedly.
Thank you. Seeing no other speakers, please vote.
Motion passes 11 to 0.
Thank you. Next, we have items, I'd like to take 6I and J together. Budget amendment for capital improvement fund, Polycom setups, including the Zoom room licenses for the east classrooms of the jail. Need a motion to move to full board?
So move, Paul.
Support. Commissioners Haw and Nard made the motion and supported it to move items 6I and J to full board. Jennifer?
This request is for 5 additional Polycoms, the hardware, the cabling, and the licensing for the Zoom rooms for 5 classrooms at the jail. This would be for inmates to attend counseling sessions and programming to help improve their life skills. It's going to be used for Zoom meetings, so remote meetings with counselors or online training. And the purpose is to increase the safety in the jail and to reduce recidivism.
The Polycoms are those sort of triangular shaped speakerphones?
They're trying to, yes, it's a triangle speakerphone and it's got a monitor so they can see who they're talking to. So it's like a virtual meeting.
Oh, so it'll do a full video conference?
I believe, yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you. Seeing no other speakers, please vote.
Motion passes 11 to 0.
Thank you. Thank you, Jennifer.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Chair, if I may. Jennifer, you can pass on to Jaco. He's never had it this easy coming to
No.
the meeting, so you did
I
a
know.
great job.
I will tell them. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair.
Thank you.
She may be signing up to attend all these, though.
Jaco's just been replaced.
Yeah.
No one can replace Jacob.
Thank you for your comments, Commissioner Haw. On to public participation. This is the second opportunity for public participation for those who wish to speak for a maximum of 3 minutes on any issue, any topic. Second call, public participation. Seeing no one even in the room, we'll close public participation and move on to commissioner comments. Give me a second. Commissioner Matusik.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. One of my extracurricular activities is being chairperson of the Macomb Cultural and Economic Development group, and we are the group that puts the statues around Mount Clemens, and today is Statue Day. So our new batch of statues who will be up for a year are being installed today. So if you're driving around Mount Clemens, Main Street, the south part of Gratiot, northbound Gratiot in the southern area of Mount Clemens, be on the lookout for new sculptures. We have some really great ones this year. So important to do our part to make it a better community, but also understand the economic development potential of art is really critical. So thank you, Mr. Chair.
Commissioner Zinner.
Thank you, Chair. Where's the list so we can see them?
The list will be coming soon, but
Good.
they're just being installed today, so.
All right, thank you. And yesterday was it was so busy. But I did want to say, my husband and I have been married 44 years yesterday, because I didn't say it. Kleinfeld has a wedding anniversary just before mine. I know that always precedes everything. So anyway, thank you very much.
Thank you. Seeing no other speakers for commissioner comments, we'll move on to their favorite topic. Motion to adjourn. Support. Commissioner Kraft and Haw.
It's hard to do when you're cheering, I know.
Yeah. Made the motion and supported to adjourn. Please vote.
Great meeting.
Motion passes 11 to 0.